Is it enough for Aurora Gaming to take down Falcons Indonesia and force to game 3?
For the first time, but so does the Hanabi. It's back, and it's about to prove whether or not this could be the key to securing that 2-0 sweep for Team Falcons ID, or for changing the course of Aurora Gaming's fate. Welcome to game number 2. This is match point for Team Falcons ID, and we're seeing a lot of the combos that we're not used to seeing really getting in the hands of our team. I'm talking about the Arlot Akai in the hands of Aurora Gaming, but how much could this impact the space that they could create for Mob Psycho? Is it really enough with just an Aegis to get away from all these people who could chase like the Harley and the Hilda?
No, definitely not to get away from the chase, but great against CC. Now the thing is, there's I guess a bit of CC with Violet. We did see how oppressive Violet could be with the CC on the Sora all over the back line, so at least you'll be able to deal with that. Now, I know the panel also mentioned the Hanabi finding success. It just also got a game win. Geltech, Osprey drafted it for Geltech, and they were able to get a win and come back against Twisted Minds over at Stream B. So this Hanabi's been rising in stock, especially at MWI. We'll see exactly if Mob Psycho and Aurora can try to get a win here as well. No, unfortunately not a win over on the Gold Crab take, and Chev knows exactly what she wants to do, man. Against the Hanabi, it's all about those dives early on.
Yep, at least they still have the Aegis, so that's one of the main tools that they could definitely capitalize on. Obviously just wanted to bait it over there, but Mob Psycho's smart enough to not just use it at any given moment.
Yeah, Nika's gonna have to recall here early on already. It's all about the level 4 start here, and it's coming down to Luette and Violet. Anu with the help. The XP grab given to Luette. Still no level 4 though. She's been zoned, I believe, in this lane. She's actually quite a bit behind. Down below though, Chev with the gank. The Aegis procced already. Mob Psycho stays alive, but on the other side of the map. This is a win for Aurora. They have control. The jungle's down below. A red tree secures the first neutral objective for Aurora.
It's very clear what they wanted at that point. Aurora very confident to go in with the objectives. They knew that they had the upper hand considering the Akai lineup, but on the other hand, Falcons unsuccessful in at least the attempt to take Mob Psycho away from their very own turret. The final slash did not land right there. So far, it's been a success for Aurora around the map.
There you go. They're going to go for a Higanbana. Liv's caught, but has the flicker. That was 3 ultimates utilized to gank Liv. And
she still clears the lane.
Yep. Well played. Clears the lane, flickers out to safety, doesn't panic after seeing a heavy spin and 2 members walk up to her. And now that's just great. Falcons, despite the first turtle, they're still the ones in the lead. I think mainly because of that gank onto Mob Psycho. Liv's just going to constantly shove. Nika flickers away from the deadly magic.
Okay. Those are more resources burnt from Aurora rather than Falcons in that instance. It was just a flicker from Liv that we saw used at that moment. And I believe they're really keeping everything in check. With Raimundo just constantly putting herself in these kinds of positions, they're very much aware of how Aurora's trying to move around the map, and look at that!
Yeah, Raimundo doesn't like Nika, that's for sure. She just keeps on walking up, getting those damage axes down on her. Yeah, she's gonna have to recall again just after recalling, just after coming back. Violet though up top. They try to go for the dive onto Luette, flicker out to safety, and that means a disengage for Falcons.
Yeah, it's great. So far, we've seen Hilda's perform exceptionally well in the previous series that she's been picked up. Disruption, and maybe not even directly towards Anu because you really don't want to do that against an Akai jungle, but more so on the members who are trying to create space for Aurora in general. So you see Nika's really struggling to just positions herself first because it's always Raimundo finding these bushes and taking control over them. But it's a different story this time. We're looking at the turtle, and it's a 5-man rotation from Team Falcons ID.
Yeah. Mob Psycho sent up top to the weak side. Gonna try to go for the clear and possibly a trade, and that's why they give the neutral objective control away to Falcons. They're gonna go for the mid prio first. Clearing out mid. Zulana in position. The turtle resetted by Raimundo. Well played, Sev. Trying to get level 4. Final slash coming down as well as they go all in onto Raimundo, but she's able to flicker around. Now Violet comes in from the back line. Good heavy spin in this engagement. Liv is tearing them apart and flicker forward. Liv gets first blood. Luette now next to the chopping block as Nika's here to pop in the golden hour, but gets very low. In the end, it's Luette down. Anu has to walk away, and the neutral objective won't even be in the sights of Falcons. They're going to go straight for the turret in the mid lane.
That is one of the very few warranted flicker forwards you get to see from gold laners. Liv confident enough to put herself in that position because she very well knew that they would be winning the fight anyway, that they would be finding the most important targets and they would eventually get the right amount of support from the other members right after the objective, which they took just now because, as you mentioned, they prioritized map control. They prioritized faster conversions into objectives they felt were more necessary for them to just ramp up the pace of this game, and it's working wonders for them so far. It's already a 2K lead, and with this, I think you could really maximize the threat of Sev just surprise attacking these members of Aurora who are just very vulnerable to the deadly magic.
There's so much to look out for if you're Aurora. Like you mentioned, Zev, with these deadly magics, with the creative angle she's been able to get onto Aurora, especially with this front-to-back composition falling flat early. It's a good stun. Now with the final slash as well onto Liv. No flicker. Good cash by Aurora. Finally on the board, but look at Falcons straight with the response. Conceal.
Okay.
Good disengage by Zulana. Zev up top though. 1v1, deadly magic and the damage. The Aegis comes around. Now Nika's coming in as well, providing support. Zev needs to run away. And Mob Psycho somehow survives the assassination attempt up top.
That Aegis is actually making a difference, no? Like survivability-wise.
I didn't expect that.
It's really helping Mob Psycho keep herself alive, even when Sev just found the perfect opportunity to potentially take her down. So it's a bit unexpected. And yes, if it's just that, then you don't really need to worry. But Raimundo!
Final slash and the max range of that skill 1 to get her stunned, forcing the flicker out. But Falcons again are the ones proactive on the map. They see Aurora making moves to get a gank, to catch a member. Falcons go straight for the objectives. They're gonna go and get another structure, so all tier 1s down for Aurora.
It's actually Raimundo's handling the sides, no? Okay, she will be in a very dangerous spot there though. In exchange of maybe a bit more control on the other sides of the map, courtesy of her teammates. But then, Aurora, at least bit by bit, they're finding kills here and there on crucial members such as Liv and even Raimundo.
They're still going to have to dig deep, though. They are a game behind. This is an elimination match. Nika's walking up, trying to open up for Anu, but she's going to get chunked down now. Oh, even through the heavy spin, CC immune. Golden Hour only catches one, and it's Violet who's able to escape. Now Luette jumps into the midst of it all. It's going to be the RWM to lock her down as Zev goes for the poker trick behind them all. Liv with the flicker in, Zulana pushing her back, and that's going to be Nika with the backup as well. Aurora backing away. Falcons now with the neutral objective control. Third turtle of the game. Luette is trying to go for the damage. Raimundo's walking up. And that's a neutral objective given over to Liv. I don't know if that's intentional.
Yeah, Raimundo really hurts though. Raimundo on this Hilda, and the Hildas we've seen really hurt though. Especially when they get to lock on targets such as Zulana. You get to use your starting turns away, and I feel like there's nothing else stopping Falcons from just pushing forward and trying to close in these specific targets. We're taking a look at the equipment right now, and there seems to be quite a significant lead between the carries or between the gold laners. Oh, Nika doesn't get away from that!
Nope.
Okay, Deadly Magic takes her down in that moment.
This got slain by Deadly Magic.
Yeah, this is tough for Aurora at this point. At this point, they're already losing out on so much map control. The moments that we do get to see them find pickoffs, it requires so much of them to really sync up, and mostly it's been from Anu and Luette, but without them, what else can they really rely on? It's taking a bit of a while for us to see Mob Psycho actually get online. So do they just really wait for Falcons and rely on the potential counter setups that they can go for with the Golden Hour, with the heavy spin, or with the final slash?
It's a big problem. It's all on the combo. Deadly Magic and the poker trick. A good final slash in the Higanbana for a trade back on Sev. But It's Raimundo up top now, looking for the play. It's a golden hour coming down as well. Nika with the golden hour catches them as Zulana goes for the shots. Not enough to take anyone down, and look at Violet cutting their movement so Liv can get another tier 2. Mid and down bot, it's both down. It's another Falcons winning trade.
Yeah, their conversions. And it's weird to say, but it's a conversion after losing one of their members. It's them just making sure that they're very efficient with time, with space, and that Aurora are not able to get as much, but they're starting this Lord. Falcons have information though.
Ano has a heavy spin. They might be looking for that. Now it's going to shift these guys, catching 2. Heavy spin, pinning her down right now as Nika's still able to survive with the deadly magic sticking down on her. That's the rest of the team, guiding back on Luette. As Nika's still able to survive right now, as that's going to be Violet on the skies. Nika's waiting in the bush, gets the hit in the end. Liv flickering forward, getting onto Mob Psycho as Zulana gets caught by the poker trick. And it's the Void Blast of Livy to claim a double. And it's just Nika left alive. One member, it's the roam. There's no chance of a steal. Falcons are gonna get a free neutral objective on the Lord.
One of the most aggressive carry games we've seen this entire day long. 2 flicker forwards which did not put her in danger. Livy and Seb. Oh, deadly magic!
The fadeaway, Nika gets into the fountain in time. Just barely away from the deadly magic.
They're gonna be okay for now because there's still a Lord that's about to spawn and that Falcons are looking to utilize to take as much as they can. There are no Holy Shields left in mid, and there's a significant lead that you're looking at between, again, the junglers, and even the gold laners. At least there's additional layers of sustain for Mob Psycho. Also has the Magic Blade, but will that be enough? Falcons are looking to just dive all in.
Charge down, final slash, only finding Raimundo. The shifting skies there, cancelled out with a heavy spin as Raimundo gets pinned down. Violet Comet Higanbana goes into the skies onto Luette. Again, it's Liv looking for those shots. So far, Zuliana's been the one on the board. 2 for 0, but for a base turret as Falcons try to go for more.
Yeah.
Shoving up top. Livy looking for the zone. Nika walking up, getting the frozen moments. Now Luette with the charge in, deadly magic, and also the final slash, but she's gonna get bursted down by the deadly magic. Taken out instantly. The wave below is chunking that base turret.
The first part of that team fight looked really good for Aurora, but it was a bit too obvious that they wanted more. That final slash forcing Falcons under their turrets instead of them willingly trying to go for the more calculated engages made things a bit more favorable for Aurora. But the aftermath, the way that they still tried to push forward despite Seb being there. Liv!
You mentioned the aggressive carry, but she's just baited 4 members out of the base. Now they go straight out to Mob Psycho with the deadly magic. Golden Hour saves her for a bit right now. The deadly magic isn't enough to take her down. The photo doing work. They're cutting away right now, but it's going to be Violet with the skies. Up top, taking her down. It's Luette against 4, and Chef picks the kill.
It's only Zulana and Nika who are assigned to defend this base. They're trying to end it here, but can they?
Deadly magic, Liv with the flicker, the killing spree. Zulana shoving everybody back. She's trying to defend, but at the end of the day, it's Falcons to move to the next phase of this round.